I let myself like believe again that I can be world class and that I can be competing for the win, and maybe that was a little bit unrealistic, but that's the attitude that I went in with for this race. And that's who I like to think of myself as an athlete.
A lot of people think you would be half crazy to be racing a half-distance triathlon 4 months postpartum. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, they may be right on some level. She's, yeah, 4 months, 5 months on August 16th.
Yeah, she's getting there.
She's getting bigger. She likes to stand up now. When I like look back to some of the interviews that I did before I gave birth, I had this plan where I was like, I will take 5 or 6 weeks to recover from birth, right? Yeah, and then I'll get back to training, and that will give me, you know, about 12 weeks before Boulder, and that should be plenty of time for me to get ready. And honestly, about 6 weeks ago, I didn't think that I would make it here.
Jocelyn, Chelsea, I mean, I think Jocelyn had her daughter 3 days after Harrison was born. Sky, Chelsea's daughter, was born 2 weeks after Harrison was born, so we pretty much all had babies at the same time.
Like, that doesn't generally happen, that you have like a group of triathletes becoming moms, and just being able to like talk and commiserate and motivate each other throughout the last 5 months has been a really fun experience and a fun process.
I feel like I'm part of this whole new club now that's really supportive, and we all want each other to succeed, and we all, you know, want to push each other to our best.
I feel nervous. I mean, I don't feel like I'm at my peak fitness right now, but I'm also really proud of how much I've gained and, you know, how far I've come since I had a baby. Like, I think back and I'm like, I just had a baby 5 months ago. Like, that is wild.
Any new mom, regardless of their level of athleticism, will tell you how challenging those first few months are, physically and also emotionally. And so for us to just get here, I think, is massive, and I think that we have a sense of camaraderie that's unique. I'm pretty wrecked, I would say. I'm pretty wrecked. I did my first like big run workout yesterday. And it was really hard and long, and it went well, but I just don't quite bounce back very fast right now.
In all my years of being an athlete, the one thing I knew was that the body is incredibly resilient, and that if you give it enough time, your body will rebound.
Everybody is different, but find your happy space where you feel good with your body and your pregnancy, and then take one step and one day at a time.
You know, if you have a bad night's sleep, if you're up all night with the baby, you have to honor that your body will need rest, and you don't need to go slam a hard session. Just honor that some days you'll feel great and kill your sessions, and some days you'll just need to have a huge nap. That's just the life of a new mom.
I think the best advice that I ever got was to focus on your progress and not the athlete that you were prior to becoming pregnant. Progress that you see every week coming back is quite remarkable. The improvements are amazing.
Mama just did her first race postpartum, 1500 swim. I raced a couple of 12-year-olds. It was pretty epic. I felt great. They were fast. It was hard sometimes. Yeah, life is good, huh, Sky? We've got a dancing queen here. We're about 8 days out from 70.3 Boulder. I really pride myself on my commitment to my goals, and I'm pretty good at pouring myself into a goal and being super single-minded in that pursuit, and that looks a little bit different now. I still have the same goals, and I believe that I will perform better than I ever have ultimately, but I'm just like fighting for more now.
Every session that you do is time away from your family, and it feels much more meaningful than it did when you were just a solo person or just a married person and you had all the time in the world. I think kids helped me to just generally kind of be a better functioning human and realize that sleep is important, caring for my body is important.
My family has always been a big part of this pursuit, but now it's just to a whole nother level where I literally could not do this without them. And you know, I think there are just so many more people that are involved in this dream now, and so it gives me a lot more to fight for.
You're racing for yourself, obviously, but you're also racing for your family and your babies. And man, I wouldn't get in the way of a mama bear.
My life now is just so much richer and so much fuller, and I also think that I'm gonna slay on the race course, so you can do both. Heading to do our last little spin before the race tomorrow. Steve is amped. Feeling way more ready than I thought I would be, which is super exciting. It's kind of crazy how quickly things have come along the last few weeks, and I feel like in the best possible position that I could have hoped to be in.
You're great. You're ready. You did the work. You've been here a month.
Did you think that I was going to crush it 2 months ago when I started training?
You just had to get through some hurdles. Once you got to a certain point and your fitness got to a certain level, yeah, it all kind of snowballed. But that first 3 weeks, 4 weeks, that's hard. You're fighting your own body.
Yeah.
Now I'm not worried.
I love your confidence.
How can I bet on this race?
We're not allowed to do that.
You're not allowed to do that. I can do whatever I want.
My goal is to validate my automatic selection for the Collins Cup. I know how to win.
Are you feeling good?
Yeah. Asked me that 3 days ago, I'd have been a little iffy, but today I am super ready to race and super excited to get out there.
You know, it's the last race before the selection. We all want to beat one another. I mean, there's not that many slots to go around.
Like, I have to have that confidence to back myself, right? Like, if I can't back myself, who is going to?
I'm excited for them. I want to see them do really well. I think it makes a really big statement if you can see athlete moms going out there and performing really well, but I also want to beat them. So.
I have a lot of respect for Chelsea. I think she's extremely talented, and we kind of need her on the team, I feel like. She can do it, and I hope Boulder goes really well for her.
Honestly, I think she's going to knock it out of the park in Boulder. This is a goal she set herself up with from, basically when she fell pregnant. Yeah, I think Chelsea will be a force to be reckoned with come August 28th.
I didn't make the Olympic team in 2000, but having the goal of trying to make the Olympic team was what got me through thyroid cancer, a tough delivery of my child, hamstring injury, being hit by a truck, all those things. I kind of sailed through because I had this fantastic motivation to get back to this really cool race in triathlon. And even though that I fell short of my goal, I realized that the journey was half of the benefit to me. And I think that's true for Jocelyn and Chelsea and Sarah Piano, that having the goal of trying to get back for the Collins Cup, it's going to be just a wonderful motivator, and I don't think they're going to regret going for it no matter the outcome.
Racing is like, especially after this long, it's like opening up a present, and you don't know necessarily what that present's going to be, but you know it's going to be good. So I'm just looking forward to seeing how good my fitness is.
For me, this race is very much about me against myself and what I can do. And like more than anything, I'm just really proud to be showing up to a starting line. Like my #1 goal was to get to the starting line healthy and excited to compete. And on some level, like the rest is just bonus. And if I can walk away from the race feeling like I was racing, I wasn't just like surviving, that I'm truly competing and racing, I'll be pretty ecstatic.
Well, Chels, how you feeling about that race today? Pretty awesome to line up.
Yeah, I'm feeling like pretty mixed about it, I would say. I don't know, like I think the reality is that I've had so many setbacks in this build up, like aside from, you know, giving birth 4.5 months ago. Just like managing my mental and physical health has been a real battle. And I guess my training started to kind of come around when I got here to Boulder on some level. And I just like let myself like believe again that I can be world class and that I can be competing for the win. And maybe that was a little bit unrealistic, but that's the attitude that I went in with for this race. And that's who I like to think of myself as an athlete. And so to get 6th and to get like hawked down at the end of the run feels a little bit demoralizing. And I also feel like so many people invested in me, and I wanted it to be like this super triumphant return. That doesn't mean that I like needed to win for it to be a good day, but I just wanted to like celebrate what has gone into this and everyone who has invested in me. And so I feel a little bit disappointed that I wasn't more. Hopefully I'll get over that within the next few hours.
It's all we're giving you.
Yeah.
I'm not disappointed in you at all.
Thanks.
Yep.
We effing did it.
Woohoo! It's all because of Sky. Team Sky.
Team Sky!
Yeah. How are you feeling about that?
I'm feeling kind of relieved and super proud. And man, it's been a frickin' ride.
It's been a ride, right, Sky?
Been a ride, huh, baby girl?